I should introduce myself. I'm Janine Luby, and my business is called LaughtoLive. I use LaughterYoga to help people feel better. I also do stand-up comedy, which is different because it's based in humor, but I've been doing some Facebook Live LaughterYoga, and I did some on Sunday for World Laughter Day. I did 2 sessions. Today I'm doing Zoom because I wanted to share the specific link invitation for nurses. As I said, I wanted to honor you nurses. This is National Nurses Week, and obviously you deserve to be honored far more than 1 week throughout the year, especially during this really tough time with the pandemic. I can only imagine what you're going through. So if a little bit of laughter can help, that is what I have to offer. And if you couldn't tune in today, if it wasn't a convenient time or whatever, here's a recording. So please try it. Put a little smile on your face on days, especially when it might feel really tough. So I'm not going to talk too long here, but really quickly, I am going to do a couple laughter yoga exercises that you can do at home whenever you get a chance. And please feel free, if you have a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, cats, dogs, children, parents you live with, whoever's in your home and you're together, do some laughter yoga together because it's good. Laughter is good. Research shows us. I don't want to preach to you. You're in healthcare, so you probably know there's been a ton of research on the value of laughter for our minds, our body, our spirit. There's been research tied to having a healthier heart, a healthier immune system, boosting our mood, and I can tell you that for sure, even boosting our breathing, because a lot of times we breathe too shallow. So the other big thing, especially right now, so many of us are going through, anxiety levels are high, stress levels are high, and I can only imagine how high they are for you guys, but laughter does help us feel better. So for the next 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to lead some laughter exercises. And if you can join me, I just hope after a long shift, after a long week, after a long month, that you can find some relief, some stress relief, and maybe feel a little bit calmer, a little reinvigorated, something for yourself, right? It's important to take care of yourself. So laughter yoga was started by a medical doctor in India in the late 90s. Dr. Madan Kataria just believed all that great research I mentioned before, and he wanted to help people through laughter. And yes, we can watch funny cat videos and stand-up comedy and sitcoms, and I do perform stand-up comedy. And when I do that, obviously it's based in humor. The audience will sometimes really laugh and sometimes not so much because we all find different things funny. So it's kind of like we process it in our brain and then we respond with laughter. With laughter yoga, it's not based around a joke. So we don't have to all agree that that joke is funny to laugh. What we have to do is just have an open mind and want to feel better. That's basically it. And if we know how to breathe, we know how to clap and laugh, then laughter yoga can benefit us, because the idea is choosing laughter. Just like we would choose to relieve stress, that we'd go for a walk, go for a hike in the woods, go for a run. I am a runner, and I can say I've never had a bad run. I've had a lot of slow runs because I'm not a fast runner. I've had runs where I felt like crap because I felt tired or sluggish because of other poor habits of mine, like nutrition or maybe having a couple too many wines. But I've always felt better after. I've never had a run in which I was like, boy, I'm sorry, I went for a run. So laughter yoga is similar because we're choosing to laugh just for the sake of it. And when we do this together, obviously everything's better when we're in person, connection-wise. But as I said, I've been doing these online and they've been working pretty well. So I'm talked probably way too much. Hopefully you're still tuning in. So let's get started with some laughter yoga. All right, let's take a nice deep breath in through our noses, and we're going to exhale with a ha sound. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and exhale with a he sound. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in and exhale with a ha sound. Okay, we are going to do some belly laughs with our ho-ho-hos. We're going to do some ha-ha-has, which come from the heart region, and we're going to raise our eyebrows and do some hee-hee-hees. So let's get started with some ho-ho-hos, which come from the belly region. Here we go. We're going to do some ho-ho-hos. Ho-ho-ho, 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 ho-ho-ho. Oh, okay, we're going to move up to the heart region where we're going to do our ha-ha-has. Here we go. Ha-ha-ha, 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 ha, 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 ha. Okay, we're gonna raise our eyebrows and we're gonna do our he's. Here we go. He, 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 he. Now we're just gonna do 3 of each. We're gonna do our ho, ho, ho's, move up to our ha, ha, ha's, go to our he's, and then bring it back down to the floor. Here we go. Ho, 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 ha, 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 he, starting from the top, he, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. And I should say that laughter is also great for clearing out all the crap that's in our heads. And we all do this. As one of my friends said, and I love the analogy, she said, we have too many apps running. Like our phone starts to get slow when we have too many things open, too many apps running. And she's absolutely right, because that's how I feel sometimes. Too much running around in here. You know, I should have said this. I'm sorry I didn't say that. Oh, why isn't my friend reaching out to me? Did I do something? All these things that run into our head, along with the normal things like, I got to log on for a Zoom meeting. Oh, I have to run to the store and get something for my parents. I'm trying to keep them safe and I don't want them to go out. All these things that we have running around in our head. So laughter helps us kind of clear them just for a few minutes. Let's put our worries on the shelf. Let's put them in a parking lot, whatever the buzz phrase is we want to use. Let's just not think about them for a while. So as Milton Berle said, laughter is an instant vacation. So let's take a nice deep breath in. Let out. Okay, in laughter yoga, which is practiced all around the globe in at least 68 different countries, we do a laughter yoga chant. And I should say, and again, you guys know this more than anyone, about the meridian points in the hand. Just the clapping alone can sometimes make us feel better. The acupressure points, the meridian points. So we're going to clap and we're going to do our ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. It's our laughter yoga chant. Here we go. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Let's take a nice deep breath in. Let out a. You may want to do that sometime just to alleviate stress when you get into your car. Try a little chant. Maybe that'll make you feel better. I've had a lot of fun with that through the years. I've done it with 7th graders who kind of created their own little like rap or whatever. And I did it recently with a group of women in the Poconos who just got together. They were from all different backgrounds, but it was more of a holistic kind of group. And they loved it. They started dancing with that and brought out their instruments, ukulele, different stuff. So have fun with it. It can alleviate some stress. Okay. So we're going to move on and we're going to do just a couple exercises here. This is just a little sampling. We are going to head to Hawaii, if that's okay with you. And as adults, a lot of times we don't use our imagination enough. And I've come across people who are saying we have too much adult problems, too many things to worry about. Who has time? Isn't that silly? You know what? It's all up to you how you want to respond to things, how you want to use different things to cope. And a lot of us use our imaginations. In addition to doing stand-up comedy, I also perform improv, and that is a great activity where you get to imagine, because you have to. You get suggestions of who you are, where you are, and you get to create. And isn't it fun to kind of step out of the day-to-day, especially now? Why not? So we're going to use our imagination, and we are headed on a plane to Hawaii. So of course, in real life, if you don't like to fly, this is your imagination. It's going to be the best flight ever. So there we are on the plane. Much like life, real life, we do have a little bit of turbulence. Sometimes things happen that we don't want to happen, but what do? We respond. So we're going to respond with laughter. We have a little bit of bumpiness on the plane. Mask falls down. We take a deep breath in, but guess what? It is filled with laughing gas. So we're going to take a deep breath in and let out some laughter. Here we go. And let's do our chant. Here we go. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Let's take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. So we've landed in Hawaii. I will admit personally, I've never gone. I have friends who've gone to Hawaii. Even my grandmother, I think back, she's gone for a long time now, God rest her soul. She was not a traveler, and it was the one big trip she took of her life. I was so proud and happy that she actually went with a group of senior citizens to Hawaii. It's beautiful there. So when we land, we're going to say aloha. They're going to greet us with flowers and say aloha. So we're going to greet one another, and we're going to do our laughter. Aloha, ha, ha, ha. So here we go. Aloha. 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 Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Let's take a nice deep breath in and exhale with a ho sound. Okay, we're on the beach. We're on the beach in Hawaii, and much like today in northeastern Pennsylvania, it's Friday, May 8th, and we have got like 46 degrees, beautiful May day here in Pennsylvania, 46 degrees, some rain, and tomorrow they're predicting snow. So we're in Florida. Oh my gosh, I don't know where I am. We're in Hawaii, and it's like 85 degrees, which is beautiful. And the sands are gorgeous. They're white. The water is turquoise. Oh, it's gorgeous. But much like the turbulence that happened in the plane, the storm clouds are moving in. It's getting a little breezy. We're still on the beach, but what we're going to do now is called Shake the Tree. This is an exercise I did learn at an AATH, the Association for Applied Therapeutic Humor. There's a lot of nurses there, a lot of former nurses who now are speakers and authors promoting the value of laughter and humor. So at one of those conferences, there were people there from the Cancer Treatment Centers of America who talked about doing this with patients because they said it was good for the cells in the body. It's taken from Qigong, which is like Tai Chi. So we're gonna have our feet, excuse me, shoulder width apart, light bounce, nothing super athletic, nothing that should bother your knees if you have knee trouble. Light bounce, and we add our arms because we are like the palm trees on that Hawaii beach, just going through that little storm that's going to blow through. So we're doing a little shake the tree, and then we're going to add ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Exhale with a he sound. Here we go. Okay, before we wrap up, I know if you are watching this, I hope some folks have had an opportunity to watch it. Again, this is just meant to be a sampling. If you're wondering, you're noticing why I'm wearing like a denim dress. Maybe you're not wondering. Maybe you're like, I never thought of it. Laughter yoga, just again to point out the difference, it is not like your typical yoga. A lot of people, when I say it, will instantly go, oh, yoga, my sister practices that. No, it's laughter yoga. It is called that because of how it helps center us and connect us, our mind, our body, and our spirit, and a lot because of the breath. So clearly it's about the breathing. It's about the laughing, the clapping. We're not going to do downward dog. We're not going to do any of those movements. So you don't need to be in fitness attire. You don't need a yoga mat. I've done it at Prudential while people are wearing like, small heels at their wellness day in New Jersey, because it is the type of thing where if you can laugh and breathe, and you can do that in any clothes, you're good to go. You're fine. It's really about the breathing, the laughter. So the last exercise we'll do, really quick trip. Thankfully, we're using our imaginations, because if we paid for a trip to Hawaii that lasted an hour, well, 5 minutes, it would be like, what? So we're coming back from Hawaii already. we're on the plane. And if you're anything like me, when I travel, I can never sleep on a plane. I don't know why. I can sit there and watch movies. When I went to Europe, like 8 hours straight, I'm surprised I didn't get blood clots. I sat there and I don't even know if I got up to the bathroom, but I can never sleep. So we're there, everyone's sleeping. The cabin lights are off, but we think of something funny. And because we're polite people, because we believe in courtesy still, we don't want to be really loud to wake up people around us. So we're going to do our silent laughter. So it's going to be take a deep breath in, open mouth, no sound. Here we go. Now we land, so we're gonna take a nice deep breath in and we're gonna let out all that laughter. We're so glad to be home and landed safe on the ground. Here we go. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Let out. Okay, one more in and we'll let out a ha. And one last one. Take a deep breath in and let out a ho. Okay, thank you so much. If you are watching this, obviously you're hearing me and you're joining me and you've seen this. I hope that you've enjoyed it. One thing I totally forgot to mention, which I should have said at the beginning, this may seem incredibly uncomfortable or awkward for some people. And when I first started doing this, I used to take it personally. I was like, oh, I didn't say this or I didn't do that. And let's face it, I don't always perform the same way or lead the same way. But ultimately, what we as individuals choose or what we're open to is up to us. So, a lot of times people might feel a little too uptight. They don't want to look silly. They don't want to be silly. They're just not in a place to do it, or they're just not in the mood. So I should have said at the beginning, this might seem uncomfortable. It's weird. It's kind of strange to just laugh for no reason at all. You might think, oh my gosh, I feel like I'd be institutionalized if I just walked around laughing for no reason. And, obviously you guys are in the nursing field, so there is a disease. I think it's a brain disease tied to the brain, cerebral, where people laugh inappropriately. That is not the same thing. This is choosing to laugh for stress relief. And again, some people do find it a little awkward because a lot of people need that stimulus. It's what we're used to. So if you tried it and you're like, well, that's not for me, or you felt uncomfortable, completely acceptable, completely what a lot of people feel. I myself, for the longest time, I would have months and months where I wouldn't do laughter yoga, and then I'd feel like, oh my gosh, because it does feel a little unnatural, but then I'd go back to do it. Every single time, I swear to you, every time I've done it, I have felt so much better just because of the breathing in and out. And I've seen other people, how they feel calmer, in a better mood when they leave. So I hope this has done something for you. Try it again. And if you have any questions, again, my name is Janine Luby and I'm Laugh to Live on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn. And I really want to thank you, nurses, for all that you have done, all that you continue to do. Please take care of yourselves, and thank you.